Former White House Chief of Staff for former President Trump, Mark Meadows. He's also a founding member of the House Freedom Caucus during his time as a U.S. Congressman from North Carolina. He joins me. Good evening, sir. And tell me, if you were up there, how would you broker a deal at this point? What could be done?
Well, Greta, I'm not up there, but the interesting thing is I think that Chairman Perry and Congressman Emmers are doing what needs to be done, but quite frankly, should have been done a long time ago. Here's the thing that a lot of your viewers don't really appreciate. They're seeing this drama unfold over the last 3 days, and yes, it's been messy, but this is not a surprise. I can tell you that a number of members had approached Leader McCarthy before the elections and right after the election to say, listen, we want to open the process up for the American people. And so my advice, the shelf life of an ex-congressman is about 6 months. I'm way past my expiration date, but my advice to Congressman Emmers and Chairman Perry is to continue to focus on what brings us together, but keep the focus on the American people. If you really do and fix Congress, because I think everybody, all your viewers out there, the majority of them would say Congress is broken. Do what's in the best interest of the American people, and that means that every member has their ability to represent the 750,000 people that they represent, not just all the power in the hands of a speaker, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat.
You know, though, it appears, though, maybe Leader McCarthy should have negotiated earlier. He didn't. But it does seem that he has now pretty much been scraped clean in terms of what he's willing to offer. I can't really identify what it is that people want from him, the 20, except at least 5 just don't like him. And so, here we go again. So, I mean, how do you get 5 people who may not have liked him before, at least to get 1 to like him?
Well, I think it does get to be a point where if they can come with some parameters that vastly change the way that Congress does business, empowers every member, allows for open amendment process, allows for us to hopefully get our fiscal house back in order. What ultimately happens then is the pressure builds. Either McCarthy withdraws, which he's saying he's not going to withdraw, or you go to a consensus candidate. Interestingly enough, the 20 or 21 people that are not voting for McCarthy right now, it's not necessarily that they have a different candidate they want. Their candidate is the American people. They just said, let's do what is best for them. So McCarthy, I believe Leader McCarthy is actually negotiating now, but part of that is just because he sees that the path to 218 is very daunting. And you're right, there's 4 or 5 people that I don't see them ever voting for Leader McCarthy.
Well, that's the problem. All right, now, every time there's a discussion about whether there should be a motion to adjourn, so you stop the votes, and everyone and all the Republicans can go into a back room and try to beat each other over the head and get agreement. Democrats oppose that. What is the strategy behind the Democrats? I realize you're Republican, but why do the Democrats seem to oppose the motion to adjourn, except maybe if they want to eat?
Well, I think they're seeing the motion to adjourn. They're able to put up 212 votes for Hakeem Jeffries each and every time. They've done that religiously. And the other is by not adjourning, what happens is it keeps these negotiations just in piecemeal. And so, as your reporter so eloquently put it at the top of the hour, Greta, is you're seeing people come in, vote, then they go off to a private meeting space just off the House floor, try to negotiate, get some things written in paper. And I think the real key is the details. What happens is so many times the swamp has won in this town. The special interests, the American people, the forgotten man and woman have gotten left behind. And so for a lot of these people that are voting against Leader McCarthy, they're saying, listen, if we're going to fix it, let's have it written down. Let's make sure that we all agree upon it so that there are no surprises. And this vote today is not a surprise as they go into the 11th vote tonight, maybe another another one before they adjourn. Hopefully, we'll start to see some real progress where they can discuss at least the four corners of a deal that might bring some resolution to this.
Well, it's fascinating. We've gone through 10 votes so far, and the numbers are virtually unchanged. They seem to be cemented. It's not like they're peeling off one or two here and there. I mean, nothing changes.
Yeah, well, Greta, it's interesting you point that out, because normally when you go into a speaker's vote, listen, I've been on the House floor and I've voted for the nominee of the conference, and I've voted against the nominee of the conference. It is the hardest thing for any member to do, to stand up and vote against one of your colleagues whose name has been put forth. It is very, very difficult. And so a lot of times, and I'm not saying that I don't want to speak for Leader McCarthy, but a lot of times people around the leader would say, listen, they'll fold. If you'll just go up and have the floor vote, at the end of the day, the people who are saying they'll vote against you won't vote against you. I think the fact that 21 people continue to stay strong in their position is a remarkable feat, because normally you start picking them off, or one favor gets offered to this member and they say, all right, I'm going to change my vote. The fact that no favors have been offered and accepted shows that a lot of these 21 really, it's not about them getting a particular position. It's more about making sure that Congress works for the American people.
Well, Speaker Pelosi would make sure those 20 didn't have parking spaces if she were Speaker and if she were elected. But anyway, Congressman Mark Meadows, thank you, sir. We'll keep watching this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta. Good to be with you.